I've never heard you so sad.
I was really sad.
And I've heard you very sad, yeah.
We kind of had this idea of bringing in different people's voices to be like skeletons coming from different places and whatnot, and just because it would be kind of fun. So then I went on this sort of, rampage to recruit people to say the word skeletons on a song, to which I've got my girlfriend, my manager, like everyone in the Promised Land building. So there's like 8 people from Promised Land. My housemate, like all the boys in Easy Life were on it. Some of their girlfriends. Then I bumped into Baxter Jury was in the building one time at Promised Land, and I was like, "Will you say the word skeletons on a recording?" And he was like, "Okay, mate."
We got to hear something.
So we ended up doing that, and not everybody made the cut because I got so obsessed with this thing and like piecing together like the perfect skeletons. I was really deep in a hole. You were a bit worried about me at one point, were you?
Especially because when you're working on it, all you're listening to is skeletons, and like making music and like production especially can be like it can drive you crazy because you are listening to things on repeat all day.
Also, several stacks of me singing it. I think there's like 50 layers of me singing it as well. So I'll play you the skeletons lot.
Skeletons.
Murray.
Skeletons.
Like 100 of me and Ines, who's a really good writer that I'm friends with. She layered herself up as well. So we got Murray.
Skeletons.
Ines.
Skeletons.
My manager.
Skeletons.
Baxter Jury.
Whoa.
Wow. That's
He kills it.
That's
Skeletons.
wow. That's the one, isn't it, really?
That's ridiculous.
Skeletons.
That's my housemate, Chris.
He's got
a
an
cool
incredible voice.
Skeletons.
Ooh, then Benji Gibson and Baxter. Yes, star-studded lineup and some random people. Just saying the word skeletons. And no one really knew what they were doing. And I was just like, well, just keep saying skeletons like me and Maury were doing it at the start of when we wrote. I was just say it over and over again and I'll like pick a bit out of it or whatever. And people just naturally start going really weird when they do it. They go, skeletons! Skeletons! I'm never going to use skeletons. It's like, I'm never going to use that. But all that sort of led to more heartbreak when the bad thing happened.
Oh.
Which we should talk about.
Yeah.
So a bad thing happened. What was that?
A really bad thing happened. It was on a hard drive, right?
Yeah, we got it to a point where it was. We bounced it off and sent it to like the band and the management and everything. We're like, this is the song, and people were really excited about it. And I coincided with a once in a producer lifetime hard drive explosion or whatever. My hard drive started making these clicky noises, and it turned out it was just broken. Sent it to a recovery man. He couldn't help it. And I lost like various bits that I'd been working on, and only like a couple of weeks later I realised that I had skeletons on it as well. So it was gone.
Everything
all
you'd done.
that was gone. Everything we did. So we had to just. I was so upset. I was distraught.
Mate, you were literally.
Like,
I've never heard you so sad.
I was really sad. It was
and
a
I've
dark
heard you
time.
very sad. Yeah. It really was, and you kept apologising to me like, I'm so sorry. I was like, mate, chill, because obviously you'd lost other work as well with other like artists and all sorts of stuff you're working on, and so sad, man, so sad. But what a great story for this podcast. So.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
I did
mad.
it all.
So,
for
I mean,
this
you've been
story.
playing these parts. So where have these come from? Did you have to recreate the whole
Redid
thing?
it. I got in the zone, and I just did like an all day and all night sort of studio session. And like salvaged, I replayed guitars. I got Lou, some of the band, to help me out as well to sort of do it quicker. I got Lou on bass as well, and I just sort of put myself in there, tried to remember exactly the process that I went through the first time, and gradually rebuilt this thing.
You smashed it.
But you had this reference in a way. You had the The recording that you'd sent round to
Yeah.
people.
I had a bounced
Right. So you had that
file to
to
go
refer
off.
to.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but this, I mean, I'm surprised with myself and kind of impressed that I managed to get it to such a good place from where it was, because I just feel like there's so much magic that you can't recreate on these things. There's just stuff that happens in the room. You just try something and it works, and you can't quite recall it the same. But for some reason, this one, I think usually your Murray's vocal, the first one is the one.
Yeah.
The first comp, like that. That's it. And we've tried to replace vocals before and had bad luck doing it and had no luck. But I think we beat this one. I think it's actually better than the first bounce, weirdly enough. So I don't know. It was just, I think Murray put me in a position where I wasn't that stressed out about it, and so I was just able to.
You absolutely smashed it, man. I don't know if I ever said you absolutely killed it. Like the recreation, like how you recreated it, you smashed it. I was so impressed. Also, like, just impressed that you were down to do that, because that is just, yeah, I felt so bad for you. And then you were to go in there and like literally recreate it from scratch with all its nuances. It sounded exactly the same. Like, wow,
Amazing.
you're a brave man.